Hello. Version 50 has been around for a little while now, so most of you are probably aware of the hidden content I'll be going over here. But in case you aren't, and want to find out about it on your own, now's your chance to go watch something else. Alright, so the topic today is the secret moons of Lethal Company. I'll briefly go over what they are, how to find out about them in-game, their general characteristics, and how they fall into place in-game. The secret moons, as its name implies, are hidden to you, as they do not appear as other moons do, on the list of moons on the terminal. So while it may seem as if Adamance was the only new moon in the update, two others alongside it have also been implemented. Even though they are secretive, they don't require you to go through any new extra steps to travel to them, so long as you know their names. But how do you find these names if they aren't listed like the others? Well, I don't know, so I've made this video to find out from you. Really though, it's not all too hard so long as you are literate to some degree. One of the moons can have its name discovered if you read through the Old Bird log and notice the mention of a moon named 5 Embryon, which is the name of one of the secret moons. The other is a bit easier to find naturally, as it is found on the new moon Adamance, which most people would want to check out right away, in a shed that sticks out quite a bit. The code 68 art can be found written on the interior of the shed. You can see it by unlocking the shed and going inside of it, or by peering through a back window. All that you really need to reach the other secret moon, Artifice, is the latter half of this code, Art, as moons can be traveled to with their shortened name, so long as it is at least 3 characters long. Like I said earlier, so long as you can type in the names of these moons, you can try to travel to them. However, they are both locked behind paywalls. Embryon requires a modest fee of $150 to travel to it, while Artifice is the new most expensive moon to travel to, requiring a hefty $1,500 to access it. Alongside this price disparity, they are quite unique from one another in some other ways, but they are also very similar in the fact that they are both largely inhabited by old birds, likely for lore reasons. With this, you can, as far as I know, always expect to find a few inactive old birds right off the bat on these moons, and can expect some to activate and more to arrive as the day goes on. Embryon's terrain in particular makes this a significant issue, as it is a barren and almost flat moon made out of amethyst, which is pretty neat. This allows any active old birds to spot you relatively easily, with only some uneven terrain available as cover, so expect them to rush over or blast you even if they are a great distance away. Artifice, on the other hand, has many tall structures to hide in and around to stay out of sight, in addition to some small entrances old birds can't fit through if you need to get them off your tail. However, Artifice typically houses many more of the classic outdoor creatures when compared to Embryon. They will also get targeted by old birds if they cross them, and still pose a threat to you, so you will have much more to be aware of later in the day, and things can get really chaotic fast. Now to talk a bit about points of entry. Embryon's fire exit is nothing exceptional. It's just off to the right when facing the main entrance from the ship. At least the run to both entries is not too long, but it's not super short either, giving old birds and other, less common threats plenty of time to notice you, especially if you are making hauls with anything more than a flashlight. Contrary to this, Artifice has its fire exit positioned just to the right when facing the main entrance, but just far enough away so that if there's danger in front of one, the other should be relatively safe to use. As well, the run between the ship and these entrances isn't all that long, which makes the moon much more palatable with its downsides of a high entrance fee and many outdoor dangers. On the indoor side of things, Embryon is, well, it's just kind of meh. Considering the threat the old birds outside pose and the paywall the moon has, the loot really is not worth it in my mind, especially when March, Offense, and Adamance are available for free with decent loot. I would consider Embryon a novelty. Perfect for checking out the old birds right away if you want to. Or if you don't mind getting blown up by stray missiles and hearing babies cry all the time, this might be the moon for you. Otherwise, maybe consider it if you want some more variety, or bad conditions on other moons are present. I personally would just try to save a bit more and go to Rend when possible. Artifice, on the other hand, has an abundance of loot indoors, making it well worth it to visit in my mind so long as you can afford it. I say this because it makes early quotas trivial so long as you are quick, and can really help you get through later ones even if you mess some days up. I know it's probably not statistically relevant, but I've only found maybe 3 gold bars in other moons before version 50 came out, and I had a single day on Artifice where my crew found 3, which I think just goes to show the potential of the moon. To wrap things up, the new secret moons are neat, but are they worth your hard-earned company credits? Personal preference is the answer to this question. If you like them, go to them. But personally, I think Embryon is hard to justify a visit to if you're planning to make it to the next quota, with its danger, paywall, and mediocre loot. Artifice, on the other hand, can be intimidating with its steep admission fee and chaotic exterior, but the amazing loot it provides and convenient entrances make it well worth it in my eyes. Once again, that's that. Thank you for watching.